deactivated her Instagram on January 21st. Blake Lively manipulated her audiences and lied to her audiences.
And so the more time we got to spend with Blake Lively, the less we liked her.
And so the tables turned very quickly against Colleen. People expected her to then now give a more informed answer, a more informed response as to how she could have gone along with what is appearing to be such obvious forms of bullying.
The literary world's golden girl just detonated her own legacy, and Hollywood will never recover. Colleen Hoover, the best-selling author who turned trauma into triumph for millions of readers, is now scrubbing her career clean of the very stars who brought her story to life. But this isn't just a feud. It's a calculated survival tactic in an industry where loyalty is currency and silence speaks louder than scandals. On January 21st, Colleen Hoover vanished from Instagram. When she resurfaced weeks later, every trace of Blake Lively, premiere photos, gushing captions, even a heartfelt post calling her honest and kind had been erased. This wasn't a glitch. Hoover, once Lively's fiercest defender, surgically removed the actress from her digital narrative, signaling a rupture far deeper than creative differences. Fans dissected the deletions like crime scene evidence. Had Hoover uncovered truths about Lively's alleged on-set behavior, or was this a preemptive strike to shield her own reputation? The answer lies in the $400 million legal war raging between Lively and director Justin Baldoni, a war Hoover refuses to join but can't escape. But the real bombshell wasn't the deletions. It was what Hoover kept.
He told us that Justin Baldoni claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it. Justin Baldoni, who's not as well known. And see, they've been following the story. So he optioned this book called It Ends With Us, and it's about domestic violence. And he managed to get Blake Lively to star in his movie across from him.
Colleen Hoover, okay? That is the author of It Ends With Us, who text messages, emails, interviews, all of the proof that is out there in the public shows us that she positively adored Justin Baldoni. She asked him herself to play Ryle in the movie, and things were great until Blake Lively, right?
Behind the glamour of It Ends With Us's red carpets, Lively secretly filed explosive claims against Baldoni. Inappropriate on-set remarks, mishandled intimate scenes, and a PR campaign to destroy her reputation. The lawsuit, obtained by the New York Times, alleges Baldoni invited friends to watch nude takes and joked about Lively's late father during filming. But leaked emails reveal Hoover initially backed Lively, praising her patience amid the chaos. That support collapsed when Baldoni countersued, accusing Lively of fabricating claims to hijack his career. Hoover's silence now reads like a betrayal, and fans are questioning who she's really protecting. The truth? Hoover's loyalty had already shifted. While Baldoni battled Lively on set, Ryan Reynolds quietly rewrote the rules, literally. Behind closed doors, the Deadpool star reportedly overhauled key scenes, including the film's iconic rooftop moment. Insiders claim Reynolds' edits clashed with Baldoni's vision, turning the adaptation into a marital power play. Lively defended her husband's involvement, calling it supportive, but Baldoni's team alleges Reynolds' rewrites were less about art and more about control. Hoover, caught between Hollywood's most powerful couple and a director she once adored, chose neutrality, deleting all mentions of the film as if it never existed. But erasing Reynolds' role was just the beginning.
She gets Blake Lively. She's married to Ryan Reynolds. These are Hollywood A-listers. He's going to put him on the map. And she agrees to be his female co-star. Great, they're off to the races.
And that what in fact happened was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it. And used threats and coercion and bullying to do it.
Blake Lively has proven, Ryan Reynolds has proven to be actually the smartest in the room and was likely manipulating her. And it is likely, this is my guess, that Blake and Ryan have messages with her. Because if she's that dramatic in a release statement, she probably was even more dramatic in like just being the friend that supports your friend, even when you know you're lying.
I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully. He told us that Justin Baldoni claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it.
Baldoni wasn't just directing, he was fighting for survival. Sources say Lively commandeered camera angles, vetoed costumes, and even dictated lighting setups, reducing Baldoni to a prop on his own set. The tension peaked during a dance scene. Baldoni's team released footage claiming it proved professionalism. Lively's lawyers called it damning evidence of improvised touches and whispered comments. Hoover's emails, revealed in court filings, show she knew about the clashes early, yet stayed silent, scrubbing her social media to avoid picking sides. Her silence, though, became its own accusation. Baldoni's retaliation was nuclear, a $400 million defamation suit alleging Lively and Reynolds conspired to end his career. The filing claims Lively weaponized Lively rhetoric to cover her own diva antics, citing texts where she allegedly demanded Baldoni's team take blame for her bad press. Hoover's deleted Instagram posts resurfaced as evidence, particularly one where she called Lively honest. Baldoni's lawyers argue Hoover's purge proves even she doubts Lively's story. The author, meanwhile, follows Baldoni privately, hinting at alliances she'll never admit publicly. But Hoover's next move shocked everyone.
On Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie, It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence.
So negative press swirled around her during this whole, like a month, right? Later, she would describe this as though it was the pile-on against Trump. Honestly, it's like most of us, especially in Republican politics or the news, this is called Tuesday for us.
The Hollywood actress Blake Lively has filed a legal complaint against her. It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni, alleging sexual harassment and a campaign to destroy her reputation.
100% Ryan was the one who put this line in here. Not SNL, not Tina Fey, not Blake Lively, but Ryan.
And I think that quote there really shows that she's the center of attention. She takes this opportunity that he has to train himself and prepare for a scene as somehow relating to her weight.
She adored Justin. She did. I'm sorry. She absolutely adored Justin. We could show you clip after clip after clip. Obviously, you can read the lawsuit and see the emails. And then, like I said, she got Blakeified, Reynoldsified. She wrote, Blake Lively, you have been nothing but honest, kind, supportive, and patient since the day we met. Thank you for being exactly the human that you are. Never change, never wilt. So you can ask the question, why did Colleen delete these posts? Well, some people are speculating, well, she's read through things and now she's on Justin Baldoni's side. I don't feel that way.
Hoover didn't just delete Lively, she erased Baldoni too. By wiping both stars from her feed, she crafted a facade of impartiality. Yet insiders note she still texts Baldoni, attends his family gatherings, and quietly supports his nonprofit. This duality, public distance, private loyalty, has fans accusing her of cowardice. She's protecting her Verity adaptation with Anne Hathaway, speculated one industry blog, and whiff of controversy, and that deal implodes. Hoover's strategy? Let Lively and Baldoni destroy each other, while she rebrands as a drama-free novelist. The fallout, however, is already here. Hoover's upcoming adaptations, reminders of him, regretting you, are suddenly in jeopardy. Studio execs cited in Variety whisper she's now radioactive, with producers wary of her association with the scandal. Even her publisher has distanced itself, scrubbing Lively's forward from reprints of It Ends With Us. Yet, Baldoni's camp claims Hoover's neutrality makes her complicit. Silence helps abusers, tweeted a Me Too advocate. Hoover's legacy, once defined by empowering stories, now hinges on a feud she refuses to acknowledge. But the deepest cut came from an unexpected ally.
Justin has hit Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and her publicist Leslie Sloan with a $400 million lawsuit.
Suddenly, Justin files his countersuit, and there's major backlash against her for having supported Blake but not having said anything about Justin. And so Colleen deactivated her Instagram on January 21st. And she has now just reemerged, and she's cleaned out her Instagram page. She has, without question, deleted 5 Instagram posts, and the internet is certain that these were all of the Instagram posts of her and Blake Lively. But also, you guys, Colleen Hoover just reactivated her Instagram account, and she has apparently deleted all of the photos with Blake Lively. And so the tables turned very quickly against Colleen. People expected her to then now give a more informed answer, a more informed response as to how she could have gone along with what is appearing to be such obvious forms of bullying.
Baldoni, a self-proclaimed male feminist, faces hypocrisy claims as leaked DMs show him mocking Lively's postpartum body. How much does she weigh, he allegedly asked trainers fearing back injuries during lift scenes. Followers of his Man Enough podcast recoiled. You don't get to preach equality while fat-shaming your lead, tweeted a former fan. Hoover, who once called Baldoni wonderful in interviews, now avoids his name entirely, a tacit admission that even she can't spin his fall from grace. Yet the darkest chapter remains untold. Lively's lawsuit exposed Baldoni's unreleased director's cut, which included graphic scenes never approved by Hoover, young Lily's virginity loss, filmed in close-up, in a subplot where Lively's character fakes an orgasm. Hoover's team claims she vehemently opposed these additions, but Baldoni's editors insist she approved them via email. The contradiction paints Hoover as either a liar or a pushover. Neither fits her girl boss image, which brings us to the final unanswerable question.
I feel like readers know what they know what they want to see when it comes to a book that they're so passionate about. And I think a lot of times that can be overlooked. But Justin, from the very beginning, was so adamant on including them because they're the ones, who made the book see the success it saw. And he's so, he's so wonderful. And Justin in general, I'm just a fan of his, on his Instagram and his TikTok pages.
Not that she's posting of Justin Baldoni, not that she has moved to refollow Justin Baldoni, but it seems like she's taking at least a more neutral stance. She has, you could say, established her brand as someone who is anti-abuse. I think it's really important to now stake a horse in this race and say, I obviously was completely manipulated. And I think it's more likely that what she's doing here is trying to stay out of it. This is the Taylor Swift movement. This is likely a legal strategy. I don't want to be involved in this case. Without question, she's going to be called to take the stand and to speak about Justin's behavior. If you are her lawyer, you are saying to her, you need to be neutral. You need to stay out of this thing. This is not good for you. It's not good for your future, which is going to get ugly very fast. And it has the ability to ricochet.
The public is split. Is Hoover a survivor dodging Hollywood shrapnel or a sellout sacrificing principles for fame? Her Instagram purge mirrors Lily Bloom's arc in It Ends With Us, erasing toxic men to reclaim her narrative. But in reality, Hoover's deleting women too, and her refusal to speak out fuels theories she's bargaining for future projects. As Lively and Baldoni gear up for a 2026 trial, Hoover's silence isn't just neutrality, it's self-preservation. And in Hollywood, that might be the smartest play of all.
It's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generation.
Hollywood power couple Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and actor and director Justin Baldoni. The plot of this lawsuit is actually more interesting, I believe, than the film that they made.
Colleen Hoover's story was never supposed to end this way, a best-selling author overshadowed by the chaos of her own adaptation. But in wiping Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni from her world, she's written a new kind of thriller, one where the heroine survives by burning every bridge behind her. The question isn't who's right or wrong, it's whether Hoover's legacy can withstand the inferno.